Do we have any Muhammadan who would like to tell us why all the descendants of Muhammad are blonde and white? Why not one of them is black? Is it true that if you say Prophet Muhammad is black, kill him? Is that true? And then we need to ask ourselves, why even they want to say that? Any Muslim can tell me? Why even this is mentioned? Any Muhammadan? Why anyone? Why we have even this story? Whoever say Muhammad is a black, kill him. Is it possible that he was black?
There are a lot of questions up here, but now this one, I think that's probably the same question. Now this question, what are your thoughts that the Prophet was dark-skinned, and how do the Arabs respond to this? Now I don't believe the Prophet was dark-skinned. I don't believe that. However, to describe the Prophet as white is wrong. You can't describe the Prophet as black either. Describe the Prophet as black is wrong. Describe him as white is wrong. Because both of those words are loaded. They have too much baggage with them, right? The Prophet was not a European, right? He didn't even come close to looking like a European, right? But he also wasn't an African, right? And so there are many different narrations. Like, of course, the more mainstream books on the description of the Prophet, peace be upon him, describe him as being a person of lighter skin. Some have actually even described him as white. But there are many different hadiths. And Imam al-Tirmidhi, in his collection, he has a hadith from Anas bin Malik. It says the Prophet kana asmar alone, that he was brown. Right? That he was brown. And so what happens is that when you take in the different narrations, some people say, well, these are better than those, right? Something happened. I prefer these over those. And so basically, Imam al-Bayhaqi and Ibn Hajar Asqalani, both of them tried to reconcile between the various narrations. And so Ibn Hajar, he says that what it meant was that the Prophet, if you happen to see him at night, in the night, right, then he might look like he was white because there's no sun. But during the daytime, because he did have somewhat of some color in his skin, right, but the sun was shining on him, he looked brownish, right? So, because he was a lighter skinned Arab, you see, but he wasn't white. You know, so I think it's a big mistake to describe the Prophet as white or black, that we should stop doing that. The Prophet was not white. When you hear a person say that, you check them. You know, it's like, no, white is a very problematic word. It has a particular connotation in English. It's not a good translation, even if abyad, you know, means white. And then when we take into consideration as well the very fact that I mentioned earlier, that the linguists, when they say when someone is called white or said to be abyad by the Arabs, it is a reference to their character. It's a description of their character. So there's a possibility that is what actually was a reference to, when in fact the Arabs themselves didn't refer to themselves as abyad, you know, as white. You know, they referred to themselves as Arabs, right? Or they might describe themselves as Adam or Asmar or Adham or Adlam. There are many different words they would utilize, but they all are levels, shades of color. You know, this was the overwhelming majority of the Arabs from the prophetic era.
Is it possible that he's not totally white, maybe? But as you see, all reference saying he was very white. So why? And what is exactly the problem if somebody says Prophet Muhammad was black? To the point, we kill him if he said that. Let me show you. Let me see if I can find the reference in English first. But I doubt we can. Maybe you can yourself search in English, but I will try to find it in English because this is in Musnad Ahmad. I don't think this website has this. No. Yeah, I cannot find it. So if we go here, this is in, it says here, the one who say, anyone who say that Prophet Muhammad is a black, kill him. Let us use Google Translation. And just to find the location, it should be above here to page, now it says 219, 217. So it's going to be like few lines above it. So now we switch to translate. All right. And maybe we can look for the word black in English. All right, here we go. Whoever says that the prophet, may Allah pray on him, not, this is a false translation, and grant and pray on him and salute him, say he was black, he should be killed. This is a translation, is not too much accurate. Anyone, he say, Prophet Muhammad is black, kill him. And then the Muslims, when they go to speak to black people, they say to them, oh, Islam is, Prophet Muhammad, he loved black people. Islam for everybody, brother. Prophet Muhammad, he said, there's no black, there's no white. Those are fabricated hadith. We have a very authentic hadith, which when Allah created the black people, he created them from the left shoulder of Adam. He hit Adam's shoulder, and then his seed came, his children came from the left shoulder, like circle, black. And he said to them, you go to hell and I don't care. And he hit the right shoulder of Adam, and the white people came like white ants. And he said to them, you go to heaven and I don't care. Wala ubali. When Muhammad and he go to a black person, he tried to fool him, speaking about what the white man did to you. But the fact is, every single black person was enslaved, was captured, sold, taken from his home by the Arab white Muslims in North Africa. Morocco, Libya, Algeria, Tunisia. And because people, they are stupid, nobody want to check. They don't ask themselves, okay, how the white man doing his evil, bringing those poor slaves? Why? Who? The guys from where? Were they at that time occupying Africa? No. So how they get them? Nobody want to check. No one want to study. It was until now the biggest market for slavery in the world is in Muslim countries. In fact, Muslims until now, they did not sign the human rights agreement against slavery because it's against Islam.